Uh,
Big ball, fat, making my end. Fucking big killer, hot. Big ball, fat, making my end.
yeah.
Fucking big killer, hot.
20.
Yo, what's up? What's going on, YouTube, man? You guys already know who it is, man. It's your boy, Sports God TV, where we talk sports like religion. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, man. Click that notification bell so you could get notified when I upload. Share the content, jump in the comments. Let's get it cracking. All right, man. It's time to go ahead and, I don't want to say declare this man as the GOAT, league GOAT of all time, right? Now, the era I came up in, it's unquestionably that Michael Jeffrey Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. No, I ain't talking about NBA championships because, you know, Bill Russell has many championships more than Michael Jordan. All right, Jordan went 6-0 in it. Obviously, everybody wanted to be like Mike. Like Mike. If I could be like, I wanna be like Mike. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Them Gatorade commercials was legendary. The 23 Jordans, you got people standing outside trying to cop those J's, man. Re-releasing some of the same shoes they took off the market, you know, and things of that nature, right? But you got to give credit when credit is due. Because this right here, what just happened, is something that has never been done. Now, mind you, in sports in general, you have had fathers that have played professional sports and sons or daughters that came behind them, right? And follow the legacy of their father or mother when it comes to professional sports, right? But in this case here, you have Bronny James being drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers with the number 55th overall pick in this year's draft. Now, we know LeBron James is more than a basketball player. He is an ambassador for the league. He is one of the greatest players of all time. He is the all-time leading scoring champion. He got 20 years in the league, and he's also a GM. So we know LeBron went to the table with Jeannie, with Rich Paul, his agent, with Rob Pelinka and everybody like that, right? And he said, listen, if you guys want to keep me around, at least for a few more years, then what I'm going to do is opt out this contract. I'm going to create some financial benefit for this here organization. But in turn, you have to draft my son because I have openly spoke about wanting to play with my son in the NBA, the National Basketball Association. And that is exactly what happened. And I think this is historic, man. When you're talking about a superstar talent, a legendary figure in LeBron James in the world of sports, you know, getting his son drafted, or the Lakers organization drafting his son, which is a 6'2" point guard, that obviously his game has to develop, and I believe that it will. I don't know how things will transpire on the basketball court this year for Bronny James, but when you got hired JJ Redick, which is obviously a close person to LeBron, doing the podcast together. JJ Redick, former, you know, Duke Blue Devil, and traveled many different places in the league. A lot of it with Orlando, the Clippers, and things like that. But when you have a basketball mind like JJ Redick, who knows basketball, and if you even paid attention to the podcast with JJ Redick and LeBron James, then you will understand when they're discussing basketball that he understands basketball, right? You got Bronny that came from a horrific catastrophic type of scare, with going into cardiac arrest and things of that nature. Yes, he bounced back from that. Thank God for that. And was able to play at USC, the University of Southern California. He didn't, productivity-wise, the numbers-wise, they wasn't out the roof or anything like that, but you got to take that into consideration as far as cardiac arrest, even though the doctors cleared him and things like that, but you want to bring someone along slow. Just look at DeMar Hamlin. He barely even played after he was cleared to return back to the Buffalo Bills. So let's just keep that in mind, right? But when you get a father and son duo to be able to step foot on the same court, this is legendary. When you think of LeBron James' career, squeaky clean, stayed with the same woman since high school, never heard anything in the news about him, fooling off or like a lot of athletes do. Obviously being very supportive of his kids, and him and his wife relationship appears to be, unmatched, right? But when you consider LeBron James, the only thing that you have on LeBron James' resume, or you can really cop out about, is the decision when he decided to take his talents to South Beach, when he left his hometown team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, but ultimately returned back to Cleveland and promised them the NBA Finals championship, which he did. So with that being said, I think this is super dope to be able to, come on, if you're a father out there and you so happily made it to the NBA and it was a possibility that you be able to play basketball with your son at the highest level, which is the NBA. Come on, man, who will pass up that opportunity? How can you argue with that opportunity that was presented for LeBron James, the James family, and let alone just Bronny James, to have a father who has been followed since high school, didn't even play college, and just went straight to the pros and lived up to his name and has made his name in that association to the T. To be able to follow his footsteps, and he's going to get critiqued and criticized just like his pops was, and some may feel that he only got that opportunity because of his pops. Okay, fine. Here nor there, it has happened. Now, what are we going to do? Are we going to, as fans or as podcasters or whomever, what are we going to do to Bronny James? Are we going to just throw him in the fire and crucify him like most have done and still do with his father, LeBron? Or are we going to, just understand that this 18-year-old kid not only has lived out his dream of being drafted to the NBA, but to also be able to play with his father on the same team in the league. There were reports about Rich Paul calling teams to not draft Bronny and threatening that he will go to Australia. I just think that it was, me personally, I think that it was a play because he only worked out for the Phoenix Suns and the Lakers. What teams did he call to tell them to don't draft Bronny James? I'm sure behind the scenes, Rich Paul and LeBron James discussed those things because they've been tight since whenever. And they have done great business together. So there's no reason why I should see that why he couldn't, why they couldn't work together on that and feel like that it was an absolute play by the both of them. But to be able to have Bronny James on a team with his father, like I said, I just think it's the dopest thing that could possibly happen in the world of sports. What's your thought? What are you guys' thoughts and comments on the Los Angeles Lakers taking Bronny James at the 55th overall pick? They did get Connect from Tennessee, who is a sharpshooter that can space the floor for Bron and space the floor for AD. AD is all in on JJ Redick being hired as the new head coach. He feels like he will get more opportunities in space or whatever, and the way he will be utilized in the scheme is going to be suitable and for him. So, and with LeBron creating the salary cap, as it's been reported, he's creating the salary cap for another big time player. But anyhow, I'm not a Laker fan. I'm not a huge LeBron supporter, but I'm also not a LeBron hater. But what's you guys' thoughts and comments? It's your boy, Sports Guy TV, where we talk sports like religion, and I'm out. Until the next time.